hell of a good matchups coming up this weekend, right? And this week in general. We talked earlier about Houston and Cincinnati, and also big game Arizona at Utah. This Houston-Cincinnati game, 2 p.m. on Fox. That game on Saturday, and then Arizona and Utah, 4 p.m. on Peacock. Let's get into some of these other matchups. A big one. What is Iowa State going to look like in conference play? West Virginia going to Ames, Iowa. That game, 9 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN2 on Friday night. Who you got?
Well, I will be doing that game, so make sure you tune in. But I'm going with Iowa State. I did the West Virginia-Ohio State game earlier this year, and one thing I saw West Virginia in moments, their offense is very, very stagnant. They're not a great offensive team. Outside of Honor Huff, they struggle to really generate points. Lorian is a guy who got hot in that game, has shown flashes that he can score, but outside of Honor Huff, they really don't have too many guys that can get buckets. Eagle Staff was supposed to be a guy that they can rely on, but they haven't done that yet. He hasn't produced at the level in which they expected him to. So I'm going with Iowa State. The defense is suffocating. Ames will be rocking. Iowa State Cyclones, I'm picking them this week.
King McClure on the call. I'll tell you who wins that game. The fans do, right? The fans win. All right, Oklahoma State at Texas Tech. Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN. Tough place to play, man. Lubbock's a tough place to play, but Oklahoma State, they're on the come up, this squad.
This will be a sneaky good game. And if you are not careful, if you're not locked in Lubbock, Texas Tech, and Grant McCasland, Oklahoma State's the team that could go in there and get a dub and beat you.
Really?
So you better lock in because Oklahoma State is good. They are good. They are different this year. Roy is arguably a guy who is the best bucket getter in the Big 12. Arguably. Just watch out for him.
Looking forward to seeing some juice back in Stillwater this year.
Yeah,
you know, some of those,
have it.
yeah, some of those Saturday afternoon games last year, because the team was struggling, just you didn't feel a real vibe in the arena.
Yes.
That place can rock, and they deserve it to be rocking.
Him and Victorious Miller are two guys that are legit dudes that can go off for 20 plus any night. So watch out because this Oklahoma State team can go into Lubbock and possibly get a win. I'm not saying they will.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Texas Tech. But if they're not careful, they will get beat.
Another tough place to play, and this is why it gets so fun, because these home court environments really start to make their mark. You got BYU on the road playing at Kansas State. That's Saturday, 1:30 Eastern on CBS. Your thoughts on that game?
Well, I think that BYU is going to handle Kansas State.
Okay.
Kansas State has been good, but they just have not really turned the corner and been great this year. And I hate to say that because I love my guy Jerome Tang. PJ Haggerty's been phenomenal, but the other guys, when it comes to Nate Johnson, they just haven't really came to the party.
Yeah.
At least in a consistent manner. So you want to see them try to be those guys in which Jerome Tang recruited. Those bucket getters that can take over games at any moment. So I'm going with BYU in this matchup.
Yeah, PJ Haggerty working on the ball distribution aspect of his game, but it's like, wow, but maybe they're going to be better off if he just takes over more often than not. All right, we got number 17, Kansas at UCF. This is a big one on the docket. That is Saturday, 2 Eastern on Peacock. You did this game last year.
Oh, my goodness, Pete. This was one of the hardest games I've ever had to do in my life. From the first 5 minutes, it was over. Kansas just straight dominated UCF for at least 35 minutes out of the 40.
This is a different Knights team.
But that's what I'm saying. This is their year of revenge, their year of get back. And especially with Darren Peterson probably not playing, I think with the way this UCF team is playing, they can get their get back, they get their lick back, and get a dub.
Why'd you have to mention Darren Peterson? We don't have enough time now because I got to get your thoughts on that. We'll talk about that next week. Inside the 12.